Welcome everyone back to I'm broken today, apparently. Welcome back everyone to the Weekly Weeb. I'm Hugo.
And I'm FullAnimics.
And let's just get right into the conversation of what we've been watching. It's been like the finals week for everything, or at least like half of the shows. I think everything else is ending the coming week.
Yeah, there's only a handful of shows that I think are finishing, but everything's wrapping up.
Yeah, and oh mate, it's making me feel a little lost. I know I've got all the great stuff coming next season, but I'm just like, but I like these shows. I don't want them to end yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit weird, especially like on Saturday for me. Especially, it's just like, well, what the fuck do I do? All right, I've got no Frieren, I've got no soul. Actually, I've still got solo leveling. I've still got that. But that's it. It's just gonna be solo leveling. I got nothing else. But it will give me time to catch up on all the other shows that I have not bothered glancing over.
See, I'm two different people, mate, in it, because like I've watched so much that I think I've even watched just a whole season of something else because I had the time, I guess. Like I literally I watched the entirety of Didn't I Say Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I was like, well, might as well. Did that day. No, God, I think that thing's from like 2019. I was just scrolling through Crunchyroll.
Say the name again.
It's Didn't I Say Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life.
Oh, why does that sound so familiar?
It is like it's an isekai about above average girl. Who, and to be honest, I quite enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I have seen that dude. That show is so good.
I actually quite enjoyed it. Just the fact that like she intros it so perfectly, being like, well, this isekai kind of happened like every other one does. I was living my above average life and then Truck-kun. And you're like, oh god.
Dude. There are a butt ton of Dragon Ball references in that show.
I know.
Like every episode there's a reference and I'm like, okay. Someone's a fan and they've put it in my random isekai show that I've decided to watch, and I appreciate that.
It was just I loved it so much. I was like, this is the best thing. Like it was just on my Crunchyroll recommended, and I was like, you know what? I got nothing else to watch at the moment. Like, I'm all caught up, so I guess might as well.
It is quite literally the definition of a turn off your brain show to watch when you have nothing else to watch.
Oh,
it's just, you can flick it on and you go like, yep, perfect. I can just sit around, absorb the information, and then forget about it when it's over. It
left me so... I can't even explain it. It just left me feeling kind of like happy, I think, as well. Like, it was just one of those where I was like, there's nothing like I feel like I need to be overly attached to in storyline. So I was like, I just kind of watched this and it's like, this is just funny. It's nothing but. It was just pure comedy, essentially, the entire way through for me. And I was like, I love this.
Yeah, and I think all the references from Dragon Ball makes it a lot more funnier, because I feel like when people do references from Dragon Ball, they just do it once. But this show does it constantly, and it's funny.
Yeah, because like I mean,
but it does hold up pretty well with its own comedy as well, and yeah, it's just good. I want a second season of that. It's been like 5 years now.
I know. I did look kind of like, is there going to be a second season? I was like, I appreciate this might not have been the biggest, so maybe you wanted to give it a brief wait, but 5 years is enough.
Fucking bullshit.
But I mean,
other shows do deserve a bit more of a relook than that show, I guess. No Game, No Life. But it's fine.
I've not watched it.
Yeah, me neither. Everyone just goes like, where's the next season? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Don't ask me.
Who cares?
I don't give a fuck.
We're probably going to get more Attack on Titan related stuff before we get like this, like anything else that we want.
Yeah, we're getting a new spin-off of Attack on Titan. It's happening.
Well, isn't there meant to be like a Levi spin-off thing being made in like the manga or something?
That would be kind of stupid, to be honest.
I mean, the OVAs did enough, I think.
I have not even bothered with the OVAs for Attack on Titan.
I think
I've waited long enough for this dumb show to end. So I'm just going to let it rest, you know? I don't need to go back and watch the OVAs. I don't need to see a workout routine from Misaka and Eren doing two different separate things. And yeah, I'm quite content with that.
See, I think I watched them in the end because I had rewatched Attack on Titan like 3 times in anticipation for the final episode to come out. And I was just sat there like, oh shit, it'll be out any day now. I swear to it. They'll announce it any day now.
I'm just waiting.
I was like, I just want them to end the fucking show. Like, is it just so much to ask for, you know? But I mean, to be fair, of things that did get an end, Frieren, which,
yeah,
I think, you know,
it was fucking awful. I hated it. What the fuck, man? How could they do that? Oh my god. Yeah,
it was good. I think.
Yeah, it was good. I'm
but I mean, I won't say it was the greatest end. It kind of just left me there like, I want more now.
It didn't quite.
You haven't set up
like
anything, or yeah, it just kind of felt like the end of an average episode.
Yeah, it kind of felt like you were expected to get another episode after that, but there isn't.
Yeah,
that's just it. You're done.
I mean,
you're done. It's over.
That's it. The story continues, and you're like, okay, see you next week.
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing? You're gonna have like a week break, and then you're gonna get on it. No, you're just finishing it? Well, fuck me, I guess.
I mean, I've heard there might be like a prequel manga being made for like about Starker and Fern. So you never know. Maybe in 5 years' time, we'll get a prequel show for it.
Yeah, probably. I don't think so, but I get from a certain standpoint about how this show ended and why it chose to end this way, which I think is fine, but that there could have been a bit more of a setup, like you said, and it does leave a little bit of a hole in my heart, because I don't know, I feel like I need closure. I feel like I haven't got closure over this show finishing.
No, if anything, it's just created more people you're invested in that you kind of want to know if they get their wants like fulfilled a bit. Like, what's his name? The dwarf who wants to go up north to see his wife's grave.
Yeah, like, will he get there?
Like,
you kind of see him.
You kind of want to know, yeah. And like, it's the fact that it's the whole Himmel's whole line of like, well, if you don't say goodbye, like if you don't cry and whatnot, like it would be embarrassing or if you cried, it would be embarrassing because what happens when you see them again? And I'm like, but are we going to see you guys again?
I guess it leaves a lot to be intended, which I think was their main goal with the ending. Like, setting up for another season 2. Setting up for season 2, which I think is fine. I just wish... I wish this episode was like 20 minutes longer to like add more stuff in.
Kind of like an Oshinoko first episode for their finale. Just be like, no,
maybe not a whole fucking hour and 20 minutes. I don't need that. I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe just a little bit of setup towards what's gonna happen next season would be good. Like, I mean, you pretty much do know what you're getting into next season, but yeah, it still would have been nice to have a bit more information. Yeah,
but I mean, it's over now, and we'll have to move on with other animes at some point.
Yeah, but the question is now, my anime list, number 1 anime currently, does it deserve to be number 1?
See, I was thinking about this, and it's like, I think if its finale had been what we had hoped for, like just something a bit more, I feel like I'd want it there, because I'm like, yeah, no, it was a great show, but leaving me like this, I'm like, well, that just feels hard cooked. So I'm like, you should be sent down by the rafts of the community that are like, no, nothing's better than my book.
I think that's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh there.
Nah, I don't like this. I don't like feeling incomplete. So it can go to hell now. It's 99th for all I care.
Terrible show. 1 out of 10.
Yeah, no,
Fucking
might have
undeserved hype.
Might have to actually change my rating of the show, which is an unprecedented thing for me. I like to give it a rating and be like, I stand by that. I'll stand there and be like, that was my first interpretation. That's what I'll always keep to it. But fuck them. It's a 0. Unrated, guys.
Yeah, but it's a bit tough. I've had these experiences with anime that just don't finish well with the last episode. I've seen it with Wonder Egg Priority. That was a show that ended pretty alright, and then they came out with a special and completely fucked everything up. I'm still salty over it, but I still like the show, and I think I haven't rated the show, but I would give it like an 8. And it could have been a 10 out of 10 show if it landed the ending. And that's it. An ending can give a lot of people a lot of different emotions. And I think Frieren, having a flat-footed ending is fine for this show. I still think it's a great anime, but it's difficult to say that it's the best anime, especially with the ending.
Yeah, like I said, I think if it had given me that better ending, it would. I think it should have been maybe worthy of being considered for number 1 or at least number 2, respectively. But I'm like, that ending just left me a little bit. So I'm like, I still think it's good. It definitely deserves to be in the top 10 for sure. I think.
I definitely think it's a top 10.
It's a top 10.
Sure.
Like anyone who's. I think whether you've watched lots of like kind of fantasy anime already, or whether you like your first one, I think it's like a good one.
Yeah, I would say it's the best. I would say.
Yeah.
For new people that don't really like fantasy, I think we said this last episode, but like if you really just don't like Mushoku Tensei or Slime or like all the other horny isekai fantasy shows that come out every fucking season and desensitize my brain, then I highly recommend Frieren. I think Frieren is the best fantasy, period.
Yeah.
And it's just a great story, and it's just good. It's a good show. I don't think it's number 1. It's definitely top 10.
I would say yeah, for sure. But I mean, I've got to be honest. I kind of want Apothecary Diaries to be higher than it is. Like, I feel like more people need to kind of give it that boost, because like I've quite liked.
Where is that on now?
Oh God, I can't even remember at the moment. It's not high. It is. I think.
It's like 200.
Yeah, it's quite low, but it's one of those where it's like I've really enjoyed it, and like I think the final episode was good, and well, I think it was quite good. I I enjoyed everything I saw of it, and like the second season's like confirmed in production, so
yeah, I did see that.
I'm excited for new episodes that will come out in however long it decidedly takes them.
All right, I found the ranking. All right, do not look it up. I want you to guess where it's ranked.
Fuck. I should know this because I looked at it only a couple of days ago. Like my brain's like, is it like 268?
No.
No? Higher or lower?
Much higher.
Much higher. Okay.
You're in the top 50.
Oh, we're in the top 50. Is it like 26?
Yeah. Nope.
Oh God. Why am I seeing a 2?
That is
Violet
right? Evergarden, the movie. That's 26.
Oh God. Okay.
As of current, guys, chill out. All right, you get 2 more guesses.
All right. Am I right if it's in the 20s?
No.
Shit. Well, that just throws me.
You get one more. You get one more guess now.
Oh, God. 34th.
No, it's actually ranked 18.
Is it 18?
It is currently, according to my anime list, and we have to respect my anime list.
It's the authority on anime.
It is the top 20 best anime of all time.
I mean, I would put it.
It is better than season 2 of Code Geass.
I mean, obviously. Look, watching.
It's better than the final season of Attack on Titan.
I mean, yeah.
It's better than Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. It's better than Your Name. It's better than Vinland Saga season 2. It's better than Bocce. It's better than Mob. It's better than Kaguya-sama. It's better than fucking Spirited Away.
See, it does break my heart when you put like Spirited Away and Bocce below it, because I'm like, nah, Bocce. I only watched Bocce like maybe a month or so ago, and I was like, I fucking love this show.
Bocce is the shit. It's my favorite anime. Just kidding. It's my second favorite. Yeah, what the fuck? Spirited Away is 41 and Bocce the Rock is 33.
That's undeserved. They should both be much higher. Though to be honest, I think my top 10 anime list probably has like 20 anime in it at this point, so it's a hard top 10 to make. I get very
hit and miss when it comes to Ghibli movies, especially Spirited Away. I feel like Spirited Away is a bit overrated. I still think it's good. I just think there are better Ghibli movies out there.
See, I think for me, it was the first Ghibli movie I had watched, and I think just for that reason alone, it kind of gets a bit of like a boost there, because I'm like, without you, I wouldn't love Ghibli as much, I don't think. Like, if I wasn't exposed to this at a young age, along with other animes and whatnot, like, I probably wouldn't have cared as much about Ghibli, but like, as I got older, I was like, oh, he's got a lot of movies. Let's watch all of these. Like, for me, my favorite of it is Castles in the Sky. That's like my favorite Ghibli movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't even tell you why. There's just something about it that I love watching.
Yeah, I haven't watched all the Ghibli movies. I've watched a fair chunk. The first one I watched was Ponyo, and that was in year 4 in Japanese class. We unfortunately watched the sub version because, you know, it was a Japanese class and I missed out on Liam Neeson, so that ruined my heart. And then I watched Totoro, and I only recently watched Princess Mononoke, which I think is a crime in of itself. And I personally think it's the best Ghibli movie. Totoro's good, but you can only watch it so many times.
Yeah, I mean,
and I feel like Mononoke. Holy shit! You get a bit more of a story and a bit more stakes. It's a very dark movie as well.
I actually haven't watched Princess Mononoke. Sakura, I know.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
The travesty.
I know, it's awful.
Your opinion's invalid now.
I know nothing of anime. I just...
Nah, but Mononoke is really good. I highly recommend it.
I've always meant to, but I don't think I've ever really gotten around to it. Like, I think whenever it comes to my mind, I'm like, I don't really have 2 hours to spare, so...
That is the definition of me watching anime nowadays. I just go like, I don't have the time to watch this. It's currently 7:30 and we probably finish this in like another hour or so. And I will go to my bed and I will sit on TikTok for an hour and going like, I should be doing something. I should be watching anime. And then I don't.
See,
so I'm the biggest fucking hypocrite in the world.
And this is why I don't have TikTok on my phone.
It's fucking brainwash.
Yeah, no, like, I look at it and I'm like, I get stuck on YouTube Shorts for 20 minutes, half hour, and I go with, what the fuck am I doing? That's an anime. So...
Yeah, I'm not even on anime TikTok. Like, I'm only following, like, I could probably count them all in one finger. One finger? Yeah, that makes sense. One hand. And I just get fucking brain warped. I just watch that shit and I just can't stop.
See, I would say my only benefit with Shorts is every so often Shorts will put like just a random anime clip in there because it's like, hey, we remembered you like these, and it's like, I do, and it shows me one, and sometimes it's just such a good scene from something I've not seen before that I'm like, you know what? And I'll open up Crunchyroll and be like, you've just sent me away from your platform, YouTube. Thank you very fucking
you are
much.
the
I am
fucking
free.
target audience of those fucking clips.
I am, mate. I literally, like, oh, what was it? I watched, it was a fucking isekai about a handyman that gets sent to like a medieval world recently. I watched it. solely for the fact.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
I can't remember its name right now, but I watched it solely for the fact. The clip I saw was the ninja and the witch. And it was the whole like, I'll step on anyone's shadow, disappears into the demon world, comes back later with some demon allies, and then just plants one on her. And I'm like, I've got to watch this anime. What the fuck is this show? Like, I watched it for that, and then was more focused on that like random B story that happened every so many episodes. I was like, oh no, I'm here for this.
You just watch it and you look out for it, and then you see it's like, oh my god!
I was like, the witch and the ninja's fucking love story is brilliant. Like, what a great story, you know?
Peak fiction.
Oh mate, it was like I am the target audience for those clips 110%. Like I
would assume you get a bunch of like inspirational Dragon Ball quotes all the time. It's like Vegeta's speech in the Tournament of Power and like old Dragon Ball Z clips going over, and it's just like, yeah, this is my shit. This is why I watch TikTok, like all those like little bits.
I mean, to be fair, I do love it when I'm scrolling through shorts and I see like a clip from like something from Super, or the one that always gets me is Roshi's speech. Remember the Turtle Hermit Way?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, that one. I get that one all the time.
That speech just always hits me in the feels.
It's weird.
Like, oh,
I only get speeches from Super. I don't get any from Z. I have none from Z.
No,
like,
I get the fucking abridged from Z.
I would expect like ones from like Gohan and like Android 16. I would expect that all over my timeline, but I just don't. It's just not there.
No.
And I'm like, well, fuck you.
Mate, I only get the speeches from Z Abridged. Where it's like, Gohan, think of the birds.
For the birds!
And it's just shit like that. And like, I just get those speeches all the time. Like, if I get anything Z related for some reason, it's always like an abridged clip. And I'm like, I mean, I do love the abridged.
I need to rewatch Team 4 Stars Abridged. It's something... It's like a cultural event that I have not bothered watching. Like, I've watched some clips of it, but I need to watch all of it to just be caught up on the lore.
Oh, mate, it is one of the best things I think any
I know, it's
ever
so
made.
Good, but I just never have the time to do it.
It breaks my heart that they like never finished it. Like they
they've
did
sort of
the Boo Saga
like
clips.
Outsourced it to Totally Not Mark. Like he teamed up with a lot of Team 4 Star to do his Boo Saga video.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm like, I really just wanted the Boo Saga. I'm like, it would have been, I get it. Like, there's no real money to be made in doing abridged series because it's copyrighted and shit. And from what I understand, it like,
yeah,
I think it was like Sean Schimmel said he didn't like it and stuff like that. And I'm like, I can imagine that's got to suck when you're working on something like this. These are the people you look up to and they're like, I don't think it's very good.
Yeah, it's really shit because I relate to that a lot because I do anime content on YouTube and I have not uploaded in 4 months. I recorded something yesterday actually, which was good, but it's very disheartening to work on a video, script for it, get the clips, put generic background music over it that I do in every single one of my videos. I upload it and I get immediately fucked. I get blocked and sometimes I get copyrighted and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I just want it to go up. So I think I would say about 60% of my videos are copyrighted, which is really, it's a big shame. And I feel that a lot, especially for Team 4 Star, because they didn't get paid for probably none of it because it was before the time of Patreon and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's just really disheartening.
I think their smartest move was when they did, what was it, Team 4 Star Gaming? Like, I used to watch like Krillin plays
and
like,
and it's just like,
yeah. That was their like best way of doing it, but even then it's like that's unsustainable because to make those videos is already like a full-time job. So you're trying to fund another full-time job off a full-time job, and
yeah, you wouldn't make like any money from it. because all the money would go back into videos for the main channel.
And it is one of those where I'm like, it's just kind of sad that they didn't get to finish it, because I'm like, I think they would have done a great job. They would have like made the best
it
like
would have
Boo
been
saga ever.
peak fiction.
It would have been peak everything, peak comedy and everything, because it, like, I think they would have gotten it like so well. Like the clips do show that it would have been funny as hell.
Yeah, and it also stands for the time as well. Like all the clips are still fucking hilarious to this day.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm gonna have to go and rewatch it all at some point now, aren't I?
Yeah, we'll do a watch through.
We'll do it on Twitch. You can sub and donate us. To be fair,
yeah,
though,
only you guys can make the stream go for longer. You just need to donate consistently. Or have a
if we finish
subathon.
if we finish all of the abridged, then we'll go straight on to Dragon Ball Z. We won't do that Kai shit. No. We'll do the full 200 episodes.
All right, guys, you got all that information? All right, time to watch the source material.
And if it really goes long enough, we'll even add in GT.
Or not.
How dare you? GT is one of my favorite.
GT's too long.
It's 64 episodes.
Yep, too long.
It's the best 64 episodes, dare I say, ever of Dragon Ball content.
I thought you were going to say, like, in general. I'm like,
It might, to be honest, it might be the best 64 episodes of anime. I mean...
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Suck it. It's better than that. GT is like my child.
I think it's kind of ironic that Brotherhood is also exactly 64 episodes long.
Yeah, and GT's better. I'll say it. I don't care if the anime community hates me. GT.
He said that, not me. I did not say that. I've barely watched either.
Don't know what's more offensive, that you barely watched either, or that I think it's the best.
It's you. It's not me.
Look, all right. It was the first anime I ever watched.
The first anime, whatever.
Toonami, when I was like a young little lad of the age of like 4, 5, 6, something like that. I used to get up at like 6 a.m. on a Saturday with my older brother to watch Toonami play GT. It was the new anime coming out at the time.
Oh man! But anyway,
now that we've lost all of the audience,
what were we talking about, guys?
We were talking about all the shows that have ended. To be fair,
oh yeah, now I remember.
Blue Exorcist ended. I know that you're not watching it.
You're probably the only person watching it.
How dare you? It is. I vehemently kept it in my fantasy anime league team, even though it was always going to perform shit. I was like, nope, I'm standing by this. I love this show.
I mean, I remember probably watching the first episode and then not bothering with it anymore.
I think it would have done better if it was probably getting dubbed at the same time, because you probably would have had a lot more fans watch it. But
doesn't Bryce Pepperbrook voice the main character?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
But it's one of those where it's like, it's going to be dubbed, but you just gotta wait for them to do it and release it, and you're like, I need it on that I need it on the simulcast.
Bryce is probably doing that now, to be honest.
Yeah, most likely. But it's one of those where I'm like, if it was coming out weekly, I think it probably would have kind of got a bit more traction, because like all the people who don't want to watch a sub would also have been watching it, and like most of them are probably the ones then that would have been wasting their time tweeting about it and not discussing it on my anime list. So you would have gotten a bit more like people being like, "Oh, let's give it a try." But those filthy casuals.
Yeah, it's also just not that popular of a show anymore.
Yeah.
Like it was a thing back in the day, back in my day, back when it originally came out. But it's just, I think it's lost a lot of fans.
It takes too long. That's the problem.
I'd be surprised if any of the fans knew that a new season came out.
To be honest, I think I was completely taken by surprise that a new season was coming out. Like, I think I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw like I think I saw the studio had tweeted like it was coming out, and I was like, wait, the fuck, they're making a third season of this? I'm like, it's been nearly 10 years, guys. I was like, oh my God, I've moved on, I found new shows. I mean, I still watched it because I like the show. It had some good emotional scenes in it, and they're making, like, they've already confirmed that, like, more's coming in October. So
Of 2026.
well, they say of 2024, but we know that that's probably a lie. But you know, I thought it was good for the unpopular show it's kind of become. I still thought it was a good show for the 12 episodes that we got, and I liked it. It gave some like nice kind of background stories for the characters, and it's left me with some questions, and like part of it is like there's a whole thing with Shima, and
yeah,
it leaves you like with questions about him come the end. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to new episodes. I know you are completely disinterested in this show,
yeah.
but it's
I know what you're
just,
talking about. Yeah, completely understand. Mhm.
oh, you sound like a politician.
This is completely disinterested. What's the other fact I'm
Literally, you sound
disinterested?
like-
I just don't know who you're talking about. Like who's she?
I know. Oh my god! You watch the show. It's such a good show.
No, out of all the shows that you would want me to watch, that's like not even on the list.
Look.
Because first I would have to watch all of Blue Exorcist, and then season 2, and then that.
No, you can skip season 2. Season 2 is a pointless season.
Then what's the point of having it there?
Well, because season 2 is in between like episode 10 and 12, or episode 10 and 11 of season 1. So you can completely like skip that shit. You don't need to watch it. Like it's a filler arc of a season, honestly. That is what it is. So
Great.
I mean, it has some plot points, but it feels like a real filler arc of a season that they made, which I think annoyed me more that they didn't then make a season 3 quicker. Because I'm like, well, you've just churned this shit out. Like, come on. Let's carry on with the story a bit.
Cool.
Oh,
Anyway,
I've broken him.
So I watched Chain Soldier. You know, that finished. It's also a show that you haven't watched.
Yeah.
If you guys couldn't tell in the last episode, it was indeed the secret horny show that I was talking about. This was one of 2 shows that I continued to watch that was new this season. One was Solo Leveling, and the other one was a action, ecchi, fantasy, harem, supernatural anime. So, I have good taste in shows.
I mean,
it was the definition of mid. All right, it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was questionably bad at some points, but it was. I don't know. I couldn't. Gigok talked about the show, and it really intrigued me when I heard that it was going to get an anime. So I decided to watch it through all the way to the end, which I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for, because there are so many other shows that deserve that spot, but that was the only one.
yeah. Yeah, no, I don't. I know I need to watch it, and I do.
You
keep
don't
needing
need
it
to watch it, all right?
I feel like
it's
I
a
do.
show that you can completely just disregard of, all right?
Dude, you've seen the shit I watch. At this point, I don't think there is a show I'll ever have to disregard. I'm just gonna wait until I've consumed.
It's a
all
show that you
anime.
would watch 3 years later, and it would just stumble upon on your Crunchyroll, and you'll go like, "Oh, this seems pretty cool," and then you click it and instantly regret it.
You're like, oh, I'll still watch all 12 episodes. Might as well. Got to get through it.
Light work, no reaction.
To be fair, this is something I did realize about myself the other day. Was I was like, I was looking at my anime list, and I'm like, I've never really dropped an anime.
I did notice that.
Even
on
the ones
yours.
I'm not a huge fan of, I'm like, I'm willing to just sit through it and give it a chance. I'm like, once I've watched the first episode, something in me apparently clicks and goes with. Even by episode 4, when I'm like, this is shit, I shouldn't really watch it. I'm like, that's only 8 more episodes. What's the worst that can happen?
I'm still kind of tilted that the only drop show that you have is Kai.
I just can't watch it.
I mean, I know we've talked about it. Well, we haven't talked about it on the podcast, but we talked about it like off
I
screen.
was gonna say we've
We had
talked
a
about it. At length.
that was the actual episode 0 discussion that we had.
The first time speaking, and it's like, why haven't you watched Kai? I just can't.
It's just people grow up with different shit, all right? People grow up with Z, and then people grow up with Kai. I grew up with Kai, he grew up with Z. It's different.
Yeah. So it's moral thing, you know? I was raised
no,
right.
It's not moral. It's just no, it's not. All right. For me, Kai was like Z. All right. I didn't even know there was like what
better out there
300 episodes of Dragon Ball.
I think it shocked me more when I realized there was only like 90 episodes of Kai. I'm like, what the fuck did you cut out?
That's what I mean. Like. Wait, let me see.
How short is your Frieza fight?
291 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, and they cut out, what, 198 of them?
Yeah, something like that. That's my question. How short is, like, your Frieza fight? Is it not 15 episodes long?
No, we didn't spend 3 episodes charging up for the next fucking battle.
It were a good.
It was just then there. It was done. It's like fucking One Piece fucking like catch-up episodes or something. Or like One Piece intros where they spend the next 5 minutes repeating what happened in the previous episode. No, we just get straight into that shit. One Piece
Kai? Why is there not like a One Piece Kai that would just...
Well, there is technically now a One Piece Kai in the work.
What, like literally they're remaking One Piece just...
No, they actually are. They're actually doing it.
Oh my god. I might watch One Piece.
I think Wit Studio is doing it.
I might actually watch One Piece.
Fuck off. You fucking bitches that don't have to struggle watching through all fucking 1,098 episodes and just fucking catch up within a week.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be so good. I'll understand everything pretty much that you understand of it, and I'll have had to do half the work.
It's a discussion that I wanted to have for a while. One Piece in the beginning is very bad. All right, I'm just going to straight out say it. It's very bad. It's poorly paced. And the only redeemable part is the fan dubs. Is the only reason why I thought the show was funny and goofy because of the fan dubs. And the fact that they're remaking it, making it quicker, flow better, and all that jazz is really good. And the thought of me not having to suffer through the early arcs of One Piece is a good thing. And I'm glad that other people can experience that now.
See, I think, yeah, no, it'll be a worthwhile thing to watch. Because, like, I know I should watch One Piece, but it's just one of those where I'm like, no, I consume a lot of anime, but it would take me far too long to catch up with that. I'm a huge One Piece shield, alright? One Piece is my favorite show, my favorite anime. I will fucking die on the hill. I will get it tattooed on me. I don't give a fuck. I love it. But I do understand why people don't watch the show. It is a ridiculous amount of length for an anime. I personally would not sit through 1,000 episodes. I just started at a point in time where I thought it was alright. Like, I think I initially started in like episode 800 or something like that. And I think I caught up by episode... It was sub 1,000, so probably 960 maybe. Jesus.
Something around then.
I mean,
so
I know that's not
to be fair, I caught up
time.
relatively quickly. Like I watched the shit out of that show. All right, there was days where I watched like 5 episodes a day.
But you don't have time to watch Blue Exorcist.
You have... Yeah, I don't have time to watch a 12-episode shitty show, alright? But I have time to fucking watch 1,000-episode anime. That's literally peak fiction. Alright, what has Blue Exorcist done? Alright, it's got fucking Kiriko as a dub voice actor, alright?
I can't actually defend it that easily. Like, I like it because I watched the first season when it came out and was happy when the second season came out. And I'm just there like, look, bro, it's kind of like The Devil is a part-timer for me. It's like, look, I watched it when the first season dropped and...
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about Devil fucking part-timer McDonald's.
Mouse Summer!
No.
Oh, but it's a great show. But we won't talk about it.
Yeah, season 1 is a great show. It's actually, debatably, one of the best shows ever. What bothers me is that you give the second season a 9 out of 10.
I liked it. Look,
that's fucking bullshit. It's so bullshit.
I feel like my
There's
anime
no
list would
single-
offend a lot of people.
I hate it.
I can imagine like you're just up at night thinking about the fact I give these shows like 9 out of 10s, being like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? This is my co-host.
I
Like,
do have to say, you unnaturally give shows too high of a rating.
I love them
No,
all
because
too
you're
much.
afraid of giving a show a bad rating.
There's a couple of 6s out there.
Like 2. You've given 2. I'm pretty sure it's 2, actually. Let me
honestly might only be 1. I might have given Inuyasha like a 6, to be fair. Which,
see. No, wait.
Oh no, actually no. I really liked
given
Inuyasha.
2, 3, 4,
I just never
5,
finished
6.
it.
You've given 7 shows a 6.
Oh well, see, there's 7 shows out there that I think are mid.
Yeah, Moonlit Fantasy Season 2 is a little bit 6.
Honestly, I haven't even
I won't
finished
disagree
it
with that.
because I can't. I enjoyed the first season, but for some reason the second season has just felt like meh to me. So I've just been like,
Yeah, I like the
I've
second
pretty
season.
much dropped it.
Well, no, not the second season. I like the first season. It was really good. I just haven't bothered watching the rest of it.
I would say honestly,
Wait, there's
don't bother.
25 episodes in the second season?
Yep, and I've watched like 4 of them, I think.
Fucking hell.
Like, it is just...
Never mind, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, no, don't waste your time. Save yourself the 4 episodes of pain that I've gone through. I need to
It's
just
just really
drop it.
weird. I'm calling you out super fucking hard here, alright? You've given 7 shows a 6 out of 10. You've given Inuyasha, Needless, Dead Man Wonderland, OVA,
Yeah.
SEO2, Tokyo Route A, and Death Note.
Yeah. And I was stand by Death Note was just like I said, I think the thing is if I retrospectively went over it now, like I feel like Death Note might be one of those where like I've contemplated making a second account to rewatch these shows and re-rank them and see how I feel about them. Because the thing is I'm like, I didn't like Death Note when it came out, and part of it was I think I watched it after it had already received an unnecessary amount of hype, and I was like, this doesn't feel worthy of this much hype. And I think it just kind of gave me a skewed view of it, so I was kind of like, it's a good show, but would I watch it again?
Yeah,
and I don't think I
we
ever
talked,
have.
We talked about it before. And I agree with you. Like, I haven't watched Death Note. I watched live action. That shit was fire. But I said it before. I in the last episode, I have this perception that a show is known to be good, and what if I don't like it? Or what if I have a bad experience with it? That's fine. My problem is that the lowest score you've given is to Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is a 1.
Yeah.
And you haven't given anything else a 2, a 3, or a 4.
Because I don't
Your
think...
lowest score technically is a 5.
Who was that to?
Do you see the
Since you're
problem?
looking at my list, who was that to?
You've given 3 shows a 5. You've given Tokyo Ghoul Read Season 1 and 2 and Haleta Access Powers.
Look.
Which apparently you're still watching.
What ones am I'm still watching what?
The fuck you say?
The fuck? I'm not watching shit like that. I need to now see what my fucking scores are. Well, this is so long.
But like, if you look at mine has a decently good spread, I would say.
I've just realised I never even ranked Soul Eater, and I loved Soul Eater.
Yeah, you still haven't ranked.
I can't believe I didn't put a rank on Soul Eater. What do I give it? Well, I have a tattoo in respect to Soul Eater, so let's say it's at least
then
a
it has
7.
to be a 10.
I'd say it was an 8 Soul Eater. I enjoyed Soul Eater. I'd watch it again if it was on Crunchyroll.
Alright, since this
I
is
loved it. It
basically
was a good
turned
show.
into like a Mal-less review.
Oh yeah, since we're so off topic. Let's quickly.
I've given 2.
We have both.
I've given 2 shows a 1.
Oh my god.
I've given 2 shows a 2. I've given 1 show a 3. And I've given, 5 shows a 4. And a shit ton of shows that are a 5.
Just a harsher critique than me. I think part of it is like I use like a kind of rule for mine, which I think part of it is a 5 is that I've completed it.
No.
Like that for me is like
your fucking system is baseless off that. There's no way.
Yeah, no, because I think for me, like, essentially, if I don't finish it, it's a piece of shit that doesn't deserve higher than. Like, depending on how far I can get through,
Then
it would
give
change
it a
that.
4
No.
or something. You can't just give it like a fine.
No, 'cause, like,
That is definitively what it is. A 5 is a fine.
That's what I think of it. I'm like, it's a fine show. Like, I watched it, so it's fine. But, like...
So you think SAO Season 2 is good?
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Like, I think, again, retrospectively, I
Do you
think
Route A was good?
With Tokyo Ghoul, I just something about it never really, like, hyped me for it, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It was just fine. Like, I think I've rewatched it once.
I don't mind that if it's fine. I just feel like your rankings are very off.
I mean, like I said, maybe I'll have to make a second account and I'll rewatch all of my anime list once more, and I'll just like re-rank them out and be like, there we go. Oh no, because then I'll lose what I've been doing. Like I said, I'd have to remember half these shows. Like, I gave shows things that probably wouldn't deserve them in this day and age.
You can edit it.
Yeah, but then I have to rewatch them.
No, you don't. You can just edit it. There's an edit button. You can change your score.
I gotta reconsider it fairly, you know? I gotta sit through it and be like, no, is this really worthy of a 7?
No.
You gotta give it the time and the respect.
You're not rewatching all of Tokyo Ghoul to just give all of it like a 6. It's not gonna happen.
Challenge
You're not gonna rewatch Tokyo Re, alright?
Next week, I'm not going to do that. All of Tokyo Ghoul. And be like, you know what? You're right. It's a 6.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know. I've forgotten all the shows. I'm going to give the vending machine Isekai still a 7.
I fucking loved that show. It was a funny show.
No.
I remember that show. It was funny. I watched it fairly recently still. Like, I think I only watched it around the end of the year.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that my list is better subjectively.
Your list is probably subjectively much better than mine.
I have Nekopara on my list, and you don't.
I'd like to say I think my list essentially gives credit to why the show was called The Weekly Weeb, because I have the most weebish look at anime. I'm like, I love all of it, just a little too much, I think. So it always gets probably an unfair score because I just look and go, nah, good anime.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a weeb, but like not a weeb. I am the definition. All right, I'm outstating this right now. I am the definition of a normal weeb. Like, I'm not simping over characters. I don't have any body pillows or anything. I own like 2 figurines, and they're both from Dragon Ball because they look cool.
I have a few little like proper kids toys still that are all Pokemon or Dragon Ball, but unfortunately I don't think I have any. I know I don't have any body pillows, though I've always joked I might buy one.
I've joked about it, but I'm never going to do it.
I don't know, sometimes I feel like doing it because I think it would just annoy my girlfriend.
Dude, she would kick me out if I fucking did that shit.
Yeah, but it would be funny, you know? For the memes.
It would be really funny.
I mean, for the memes, you know.
Wait, what?
What have you?
Wait, I gave the first season of JoJo's a 6,
and it probably fucking really deserved it.
That's why.
Said, and it probably fucking deserved it. I've not watched JoJo's.
What?
I think too many people told me to watch it that I was just like, no. I was like, too many of you are telling me it's a really good show, and I'm like, I just can't. I can't do it.
I'm looking at this shit right now. I gave JoJo's Part 1 the same score as fucking Sword Art Online Season 2.
Oh, I mean, there you go.
Yeah, Strike Witches is officially better than JoJo's Part 1.
That is canon information now.
The lore.
To be fair,
there's a bunch of shows that I've just straight up dropped and not finished. I have not finished Summertime Rendering. God, these fucking... Okay, I need to update Jujutsu Kaisen because I have finished that.
To be fair, I need to update fucking Tsukimichi. It can go to goddamn dropped. Yeah, I got 4 episodes in and went with that is shit. It's like, yeah, nope, that's not for me. Not my show, you know. To be fair though, I will give, because I obviously try and get everything as as it comes out. I watched the latest episode of Shangri-La, and I'm looking forward to the
Shangri-La,
to the final episode. Now I'm like, I reckon this will work out to be quite a good show. Like it's been quite entertaining. Like I have enjoyed it quite a bit. I think it's not ranked very highly, but it is.
Yeah, it's something that I've been looking forward to. It's just the premise it looks like shit. I'm just gonna be honest. It looked like a generic isekai, but the guy was a bird.
But he's not even a bird.
He's half a bird.
He's a man who wears a bird mask.
Oh, wait, does he wear a mask?
Yeah, it's because I think like I watched it and it was like isekai, and I was like, oh, so we're gonna get a truck-kun, and it's not a truck-kun isekai. It's just honestly, it's Sword Art Online if someone never made a game that killed all the kids. Like, it's what Sword Art Online's universe would have been if they never had Sword Art Online, because it's like. It's just VR gaming, and this guy likes to play really shit, buggy games and beat them. And then he plays a AAA game, and he's like, oh shit, this is awesome. And it's just him playing it. That is all the story. It's just a guy's adventure in a game. But like, the game is meant to be really smart, and he's on this special quest, and it's like, it's been entertaining. I kind of like it. The characters are funny. It's one of those where, like, every so often I find myself being like, see, now, if this was a game, though, that would be really cool. I would play this game. Like, I'm just there like, nah, this game's sick. I want this game.
That does sound really cool. Like, Shangri-La has been on my list for a bit because it came out last year. But I don't know. I guess sometimes I get really, like, different moods when I want to watch a new show. Like, especially for shows that I know are good. I literally said this before, but like, sometimes I don't get the right. I'm not in the right place at the right time to watch these shows, which I think is very different for you, that can just turn on a show and absorb everything. When I feel like I have to be like ready, like get emotionally ready for it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a fucking monster for a show. I just consume anime at an unholy rate. Like, even my partner, like, judges me because, like, I'll watch, like, if it's a dubbed show, I'll watch it whilst I'm doing, like, my studying. So I'll be reading my books and taking all my notes, and I'll just have it right in front of me, and I'll just be watching it and be like, this is a good show, actually. I'm quite enjoying it. Like, and I'm probably paying more attention to the show than I am my actual uni work, but
I can never have something on while doing, like, work or something. I can never, like, edit for a video and then have, like, an anime in, like, the top left corner just playing. I would get super distracted way too easily.
See, I don't know what it is. It's how I've always done it. Like, I remember when I was at my first university, I was doing, like, one of my essays, and it was, like, 2,000-3,000 words I had to churn out, and I literally had until maybe midnight the following night to get it all done. I just sat in a small box room watching Gordon Ramsay videos and writing an English essay out, being like, yeah.
Yeah, even Gordon Ramsay can be a bit distracting sometimes because it's just like, you just get invested into it, which I think is what Gordon Ramsay does really well. He just randomly goes to a random place and he goes like, yeah, this is all fucking shit. And I'm like, ooh, why is it so shit?
It's like, because it's not a
the
fucking
owner also
a
fucking egotistical cunt?
That's what makes it so good.
He is? What?
Is he an arsehole who's mistreating his staff and ignoring all their logical sound advice? What?
Is all his food moldy again? What?
It's like, I wonder why the business is going bust. And then it's like, we tried to revisit these places, but they all went bust. And it's like, yeah, because you showed up 2 years into their financial troubles. They're $3 million in the hole, Gordon. There's no coming out of that.
They're done.
They're done. The remodel was lovely. The new owner got a steal of a restaurant, but you did nothing. But to be fair, though, I will say, anime-wise as well, did watch the latest episode of Mashle. And I'm assuming that was pretty much meant to be the finale episode.
No, there's another episode.
No, I know there's another episode, but like, if you watch this episode, it feels like this was kind of like the finale, and now the next episode is just going to be one of those, we did it.
Oh, like
Let's sum up some
celebration
stuff.
episodes.
Yeah, it's going to be let's have some cream puffs and fucking be like, it's incredible. Mash just turned the opinions of all these people because he's a nomad, and it's like cool. Why didn't we end it here?
All right. Anyway,
it's like you could have given me either like a longer kind of fight sequence and made something, and then done your little celebration at the end of the last episode. But it's like now it's just. It feels like it's going to be, I hope I'm wrong. I hope something like fucking awesome happens, but it feels like it's just going to be a celebration episode.
Just ends on a cliffhanger.
Mash just bloodied in a corner. Who done it?
Find out next time in Mashle Season 3.
Coming in 2 years' time.
God damn it. It gets cancelled. But
then to be fair, you've watched Solo Leveling, haven't you?
Yeah. I've actually read too far ahead in the manga, actually. Which I'm a little bit salty about.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it's still really good. This was the fight scene that I was talking about last time. Which I think they did pretty well. It was a bit more intense. I think it was a bit weird about how they ended it, because they ended it on basically a cliffhanger, like he's about to die and all that jazz. But yeah, it was, yeah, I still really like Solo Leveling. I think it's a very good adaptation. But if I feel like you guys should read the manhwa. I think it's a pretty good read as well. If you don't want to wait for a season 2, but if you do want to wait for the season 2, you'll probably wait for a while, which is unfortunate.
See, I'm like, I have a huge list of manga and light novels and whatnot that I need to purchase to start just reading ahead. You have a list of mangas? Yeah, I want to get the entire collection of Mushoku Tensei though, because I really just want to read ahead on that. I would like to reread it as just like as a hard copy. Like I would like to have Mushoku Tensei as a hard copy. Yeah, see, that's my thing. Is I'm just gonna buy all of them hard copies and just read through them. And
honestly, Mushoku Tensei in the Frieren discussion is something that we could do in a video by itself, because Mushoku Tensei is just Frieren but more horny. Yeah, it basically.
Well, yeah, I guess it pretty much is. Yeah,
except it's more horny and it's an isekai.
I mean, I'd say it's less horny than your average isekai though.
But some people would disagree, aka all of Twitter.
I never understood Twitter's dislike of it, and like I'm excited for the new season.
It's a very woke opinion.
Like, it gripes me because I'm like, I get where you're coming from. It's like, oh yeah, so I guess in his mind he is like 32 now or some shit like that, or 40 or whatever the fuck it's meant to be. But it's like,
and a lot of them have caught up with the manga and the light novel as well. And they're just full on going hands with this fucking show and this series, going like, oh, he's fucking married, all like the fucking like
he's married,
like he's married basically a child, like he's like 40 now and she's like barely of age.
Yeah, and I watch it and I'm like, look, if you lived in a world where reincarnation was a thing that happened and you wound up remembering your previous life, are you telling me that you're never going to marry anyone because you're always going to be like 50 years older than them? Like, is that, are you going to shut yourself off for the life you're living because you're like, oh, nah, but I remember the other 50 years.
It's a weird discussion, opinion. But it's also an extremely unrealistic discussion.
Yeah.
All right.
This
is a fictional world. All right. This guy is fucking whittling around his wand and creating a storm, guys. All right. Let's just take a little bit of a breather. Yes, it would be bad in real life, but people don't reincarnate in real life,
mate. Like, oh no, but it's just one of those. I never got it. I was just like, I don't know how you can overanalyze a fuck. I like overanalyzing a show, but I think this has gone a bit too far.
Yeah, and
you are diving into a subject that we don't need to.
It gets really annoying for me because it's almost nitpicking at this point, and they're doing it to such a great series that already don't have a lot of people supporting over, because the amount of hate that it gets overshines about how actually good it is.
I think it's one of the fucking best ones like you could ask for,
Yeah,
honestly.
you get really good animation, you get a really good story, you get great, like, surprisingly, you get good morals, you get good character development. It's the whole package. And so what if it's a little bit horny? Guess what? Most anime are.
I mean, I'd like to argue as well that the first part of this second season, not very horny.
I don't think it's horny at all.
He couldn't really do much in the way of horny for an entire half a season, so...
I mean, to be fair, the whole plot of the recent season was about how he couldn't get horny.
Yeah, which I would argue means it's not a very horny show at that point.
Yeah, it's a juxtaposition.
Like, honestly, like whenever I'm talking about anime and to my partner, if she can't remember like what I'm on about, like she'll be like, which one is this? And I know which details she's noted. And to explain the second season of Mushoku Tensei, I always look and go, the one about the lad whose dick won't work, and then you cry because he finally gets his dick to work, and she's like, all right, yeah, no, I know what show you're on about. And I'm like, look, it's perfect explanation of the show. That's what it is. It's about a young man who can't get it up, and then finally can get it up. And you're almost proud of
I
him.
do think that Mushoku Tensei isn't really catered to the women fans, unfortunately,
No.
because a lot of the things that do happen to Rudy is very relatable to the men, which I guess is unfortunate, but
I would,
most anime is catered towards the man.
Yeah, which I can understand. I mean, what was Crunchyroll's one that was catered for feminism?
Which one?
What was it called? The anime that I think they ended up taking away anyway, or they've made it so you can't comment or like it or anything because it just did really badly.
Oh, what, really? Which
Yeah.
one?
I can't remember its name. Let's see if I can quickly find it.
Is it like a Yuri show or a Yaoi show?
It was some sort of anime that they had made, but it was like their whole marketing thing with it was like, it's a full female writer room. It's this, that. It's all about girl empowerment, and I think it did really bad. High Guardian
I think I know
Spice.
which one you're talking about.
Just found that one.
Yes, I remember that now. Holy shitstorm!
Honestly, I think that probably did in a lot of chances for more female-centric anime for a while, because I who the fuck wants to touch it with a barge pole when it gets that badly fucking like hit back at, being like, it wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't shit.
Yeah, that's a bit of a yikes moment, to be honest.
I keep meaning to watch it, you know? I want to know how bad it truly was. That's
Same,
the fucking worst part.
I've seen people talk about it, but I've never watched it.
I'm like, I don't want to watch it because everyone told me it's awful.
Unfortunately, I already have a predetermined opinion about the show. I know it's bad, and I think that the amount of publicity that it got made it worse, because they advertised it as like all like women only worked on this project, and you know, diversity and all that jazz, and then it tanks, and then, you know, people start making fun of it again because they were so confident in a product that wasn't good.
See, and like I heard people be like, I heard one person say about it that like one of the best characters in it is like the only male character, apparently. They're like, he's like one of the best characters in the whole show, and it's like that's probably the worst thing you can ever say about it, is like, it was a show written to be this female-centric girl power, and they did such a bad job at writing it that the only kind of character you like and is funny is actually him. And you're like, that's not a nice thing to hear.
That's a skill issue right there.
I'm like, part of me is fearful because, like I said, if I can get through the anime, I feel like I have to give it a fine. Though I feel like at the same time, if I watch that and could get through the whole thing,
we're not getting into this again. Right?
If I can get through the whole thing, it might be worthy of a fucking 2. So, and that would be a shock.
Into it again.
Like.
Anyway, I think that will wrap it up for this episode.
I think it will indeed.
What are we looking forward to next week? I mean, there's not going to be too much next week.
I think we've got last episodes of Solo Leveling. haven't we? So
Yeah, we got Solo Leveling.
to be fair, can I just
Classroom
say
of
on
the
Solo
Elite.
Leveling, that boy needs to learn to hold on to his fucking stones. Like, he's got butterfingers at this point. Like, maybe he should fucking wear some gloves. Just something.
I mean, maybe he is wearing gloves, but we can't see it because all his arm is invisible.
Oh, yeah. And he still can't hold on to a fucking stone. Or crush it quick enough.
We also got The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic.
Oh, yeah, that's... that. To be fair, I'm kind of, like, feeling iffy towards it for next week. I'm like, is it going to be a good final episode, or is it just going to be a kind of calm little comedy, almost like a filler episode type thing that they'll do? Yeah,
that's probably the main reason why a lot of the shows that are like these I don't finish, because I just know how they end. None of them end in a way that are interesting.
Yeah, it does always kind of leave a bit of a bad taste in your mouth. I'm hoping it'll be like a good episode and maybe like be a build up for the next season of it, if anything. But
yeah, that should be good.
But
what also would be good is next week's podcast, because that's when we get to talk about spring anime.
Oh my god, yes.
And that is a topic that I'm excited for and really keen for, and I cannot wait.
It is going to be awesome. I am looking forward to it.
It's going to be lit. I'm going to love
best.
it. And make sure you guys tune in to our discussion of it.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
And outro.